as me, through me, loving and divinely.
Good morning and welcome to the Sunday celebrations here for the Centers of Spiritual Living Denver. We are a loving and prospering community here in the heart of Capitol Hill and online. 2021 has continued to be an interesting year, to say the least. We know that with everything going on, life can feel overwhelming. Here at CSL Denver, we want you to know that we are here for you. Please know that our practitioners are available for prayer work with you. Our names and phone numbers are on the website at www.cslddenver.org. Or if you have a prayer request, please email it to info@cslddenver.org. Reverend Elzia, along with all of our guest speakers, all of our practitioners, our music and service coordinators want you to know how truly grateful we are for your online support. Thank you for watching our Sunday services, attending our online workshops and events, and providing financial support so that we can keep our virtual doors open. We love you all and know we'll be seeing you in person in the right and perfect time. And now, we'll continue to meet online until further notice. If you're interested in upcoming events and information, we send out weekly newsletters. Please go to www.cslddenver.org and sign up for our newsletters. We only send out one per week. Or send an email to info@cslddenver.org and request to be put on our mailing list. This week, we are having our usual Zoom fellowship right after service. If you haven't already received an email this morning, please send an email to info@cslddenver.org to request a Zoom invitation. Please join us. We would love to say hi and catch up with you. That's it for the announcements this Sunday. Again, thank you for tuning in, and now back to our service.
Higher,
Thank you, Freddie. Beautiful song. Good morning. I'm Alice Nutter, a practitioner here at CSL Denver. Welcome. I'm so happy. We're all so happy you're here and you've decided to join us this morning. So let's open with an invocation. So I invite you to sit back in your seat and close your eyes, and let's just move into that space and that place that is always here. And as we take in a deep breath, we know that that is the breath of spirit, the breath of the divine. And I know that Spirit is here, moving, living, breathing each one of us during this service, in our lives, in our everywhere, all around. And I am that, as I know everybody everybody is also that deep oneness of the divine. And so as we move into this service, knowing that it is so truly blessed, that the words that Reverend Elzia is sharing with us, Freddie's music, the words that I choose to share, and these prayers, we send out knowing that it will impact the people that it needs to. And so as we move into this service, knowing that it is truly blessed, I am so grateful and thankful for each person who has chosen to be here this morning, and for all who choose to watch during the week. So knowing from that deep place, we release this into that one mind, that one heart, knowing that all is well, and so it is. And our reading this morning comes from, there's a gentleman named Sean Dietrich, and he is an author, a musician. He's also known as Sean of the South, and he writes a daily Facebook blog, which is just very meaningful and impactful. And this is called People. Today at the store, I watched a young guy hold the door open for a mother of 3. He trotted ahead and threw open the door with a grand flourish, as if to say, "After you, mademoiselle." The woman stopped cold in her steps. She had a baby on her hip, a toddler holding her hand, and her oldest child was bringing up the rear, finger shoved in his nose. The woman was young, her clothes had food stains on them, and she looked like she hadn't slept since the last papal installation. "Thanks," she said, and her face was bright red. "What I want to know is why. Why did this young man perform this small act of goodwill? After all, I'm sure the kid has a chaotic life just like the rest of us. I'm sure he was in a hurry. He had important stuff going on, places to be, people to text. So why did he take 12 seconds out of his day to help a stranger? Furthermore, what purpose did this nicety really accomplish within the grand schematic of existence? Let's be honest here. Did this woman need help opening a door? Not really. We are talking about a woman with perfectly functional opposable thumbs. She had plenty of options when it came to opening a door for herself. She could have A, set her kid down and simply opened the door, or she could have B, told the oldest kid to quit digging for nasal gold and open the door, and of course there's always C, using her foot. The hack journalist in me was curious, so I approached the kid and asked why he opened the door. His first reaction was embarrassment. Then he added, it was really nothing, man." Nothing? Astounding, because it didn't look like nothing. If this act was indeed nothing, then why did it make me feel good all over? Why did I come home and write several paragraphs about a kid I'll likely never meet again? I'll tell you why. To meet my daily word count. But also because being nice is not nothing. Kindness, by definition, is the exact opposite of nothing. Yesterday, I went to get my hair cut. Before my appointment, I sat in the waiting room reading a 17-year-old dry-rotted copy of Women's World. Meantime, I watched a hairstylist cut an old man's hair, making conversation and just generally being cheerful. The man spoke with labored speech, and half his face was paralyzed. I was thinking maybe he'd had a recent stroke. When the haircut was finished, the stylist removed his cape and told the man the haircut was free. The old man couldn't believe it. He did what most decent guys would have done and removed $20 from his pocket. The stylist said, "No, please, I don't want your money." He insisted. She refused. They did this little dance for several minutes until the man finally gave up and thanked her, then turned to leave. But before he exited, do you know what he did? He gave the money to a woman seated in the waiting area. The old man handed the lady cash and said with strained speech, "Your haircut is on me today, ma'am." The woman appeared moved by his generosity. She thanked him and didn't even bother explaining that no procedure involving women's hair ever costs less than, at minimum, $250. But that's not the point. What I'm getting at is why. Why all this goodwill toward men, toward women? What's it all about? And the reason I ask is because all these charitable people you encounter aren't just random folks. These are your neighbors, your coworkers, your family. You are one of these people. Sometimes it's too easy to notice only the bad in this world. Sometimes it's just simpler to focus on sadness. Sometimes it's more convenient to see unfairness, injustice, and all the depraved souls who commit senseless acts of daytime television. Sometimes I begin to have my doubts about our species. Sometimes I lose my way. But then you come along, smiling, holding open the door. No, you might not be changing the entire world, but if you ask me, you are showing the world how such a thing can so easily be done. So don't tell me it's nothing. And so it is. And now back to Freddy.
We live in a world that is abundantly diverse. Woo! Each of us expressing the divine in our own colorful way. Yeah. Each of us expressing the divine in our own colorful way. The colors of the rainbow, yeah, so divine in their own colorful way. The colors of our skin, the divine in our own colorful way. The colors of the flowers, yeah, divine in our own colorful way. All life and creation is divine in its own colorful way. Thoughts and our feelings, divine in our own colorful way. Yeah. Ooh. In our own colorful way. Yeah. Each of us expressing the divine in our own colorful way. The colors of the rainbow, yeah, in their own colorful way. Yeah. All life and creation is divine in its own colorful way. Thoughts and our feelings, yeah, the divine in our own colorful way. Yeah, in our own colorful way. In our own colorful way. With each of us expressing the divine in our own colorful way. In our own colorful way. In our own colorful way. In our own colorful way.
Good morning and welcome to CSL Denver, a place, a space, and a face of love. We are a spiritual community teaching ancient wisdom and applying universal principles to embody the wisdom of the divine and empower our lives and the lives of others. I am so glad that you're here with us today as we begin this new month, and we look at this whole idea of going farther together. Going farther together. And I'm sure that each one of us in our own way are striving to get beyond this point that we're at now. And so today, as we begin this journey of going further together, we want to start with this idea of the divine community as a vehicle to get us to that place. Now, for some of us, I'm sure we can look back into our past and look at our childhood and our upbringing. And almost to a person, I would think everyone would say, boy, I had a great community. We could play and laugh and do all manner of things. It was a warm and welcoming place. And so when we look at that idea of a community, and then we add that prefix of divine community, one might ask, well, what's the difference? Did I live in a divine community? Was it not so divine, or how do I look at this to get a real understanding of this divine community that we're looking to take us forward in this new day and time? Well, I would define the divine community as this. It's more than just a group of people living in the same area, right? And because I think now we have these different communities, West Side and Oak Lake and all these different communities, but it's just that. It's just an area where some people live together. But the difference is in that divine community, it's a place where people come together authentically, where everyone is cared for and supported and uplifted and seen as a child of God. It is a place where we can grow and explore and make mistakes and develop true relationships with each other and with God. That is a divine community. And in short, it is a place where we can be who we are and grow as we learn. Support the others as they fall, because as we look at life and we look back and look forward, for those that are following us, we've all had times where we've stumbled or made mistakes or all manner of things that we would not like to be associated with, perhaps. However, the divine community that is blessed by God says that's life. The only way you're going to learn to walk is you're going to try. You don't stop a baby the first time they fall down and say, oh no, you failed, you hurt yourself, we're not going to let you try that anymore. No, you pick the baby up, you encourage them, and you help them take that first step. That's what a divine community looks like in small parts. So as we look back over this past 21 months or so, as we look at the challenges that we faced, each and every one of us have experienced some type of hurt or need or loss or something that has changed the way we look at life, the way we look at our fellow man, the way we desire to be helped and to be helpful. Because you see, I believe, and I know this has been true for me, I've had tremendous loss and people not appearing to be congenial or working for the whole of man. And in some small ways, it's kind of made me suspicious of people. I'm not sure, what people's intentions are, what people are striving to do and be. But in the divine community, where the presence of God is always in the center of everything, and it guards and controls, if you will, our affairs, we understand that God's love, grace, and guidance shows up at the right place at the right time to foster togetherness, to foster love and understanding, which is the essence of the divine community. See, there's an African proverb that goes like this. It says, alone, we can go very fast. I mean, we can go very fast if we're alone, but together we can go a lot farther because we can lean on each other. We can help each other. And you know, as the old saying goes, many hands make light work. And that's where we are right now when we're looking at recommitting, reconnecting, rebuilding, and establishing the divine community, because we need to move further than we are right now. We need to move beyond the submission, the suspicions of others, and thinking of only ourselves or my kind. But we need to begin to look at life in its entirety, the community of man, or I would even go so far as to say the community of earth, which includes all things. And if we got real bold with our vision, we'll say the community of the universe, that oneness that is us, that oneness that is us. And so when we think about how this can be and what we depend on, this divine love as the anchor center of the divine community, I want to share this. I want to share this with you if I can. It says, love is the only final security in the universe. Love is the greatest healing power in the universe, and the only thing that binds people together in a common and in a community of spirit. Love is the only thing that combines us and binds us and holds us together as a community, as a loving body, as a group of people striving to create a life that works for everyone, where we each feel supported and uplifted and guided, and lending a hand to someone when they may not make the mark. And so as we look at that idea and figure out how we can reestablish that and how we can move forward within that, I want to give 3 points. The first one is, and you've heard this one, we're going to put a new twist to it. Heaven is within. Heaven is within. This is the foundation of the community, this idea of the withinness, right? Because the community is made up of individuals. And if the individual is not clearly focused on and clearly understand that heaven is in their mind, heaven is in their heart, heaven is in the way they live to create a relationship or a life with those around them. That is the foundation of the community. And so this quote by Ernest Holmes is says, heaven is within us, and we experience it to the degree that we become conscious of it. That we become conscious of it. Now that's something to ponder, because you see, when we look at a real functioning community, there's a mystery and there's a magic of that community that reveals itself as this body where everything just moves just so. It moves in this dynamic flow where everything happens in the right time and everything is in the right place, even if it looks kind of awkward. That is the idea of what it means from a community perspective to be heaven within, is that you understand the dynamics of life, and we understand that things change, and all around us, we are striving to stay on the mark. But the best way to do that is have an inner vision and know what is inside is true. Know that God is guiding us and leading us. And it is that idea of what's inside of us that makes it so. Because Jesus said this, the kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom of heaven is within. So we are reminded of our capacity, of our capabilities, of our process of becoming who and what we are, which is children of the Most High God. So now, once we've understood that this whole idea of community, love, and who we are is from within, then we can move towards the idea, number 2, that love truly is the answer. There is no answer other than love, because at the core of any love, any kind of relationship, there is a deep affection that takes place. And I'm using that word affection because I want it to be clear and differentiated from effect, right? So affect is something that changes, something that makes a difference. Effect is something that is the response to something else. And so when we look at love and affection, there's something about that person, that thing, that place that has an attractive aspect to it, that has this magnetic pull that allows us to come together. Because I like the way you sang, or I like the way you solve problems, or you like the way I dance, or whatever the thing may be. It could be as trivial or profound as one may think. But the key is that love is the answer. That attracting personality, that attractive thing pulls us to one another, to allow us to awaken something within us that highlights that love. So there's this quote here I want to share by Dr. King. Dr. King says, "Our goal is to create a beloved community, and this will require a qualitative change in our souls as well as a quantitative change in our lives." So we're working here with love as this quality and quantity of things that allows us to come together in this field of love, to realize at a deep level this intricate tapestry of life, that each thing supports and loves and helps each other. So thus the beloved community, we begin to understand it as this woven together tapestry with divine intention that is fueled by beauty and imagination and commitment, creativity, humility, all these things, sacrifice, that allow us to express our love, to understand that we have magic within us, and that using this, we can build something that outlasts all problems, all changes, all situations, and become better and stronger together. Mother Teresa said something that I'll never forget. She said, "Personally, I may not change the world, but I can cast a stone into the lake of life and cause ripples to roll out that will affect others and affect millions. And through that, we can build and change the world we live in." So we all want to cause ripples in the community that allows it to come together, to pull together, to pass on this love. And now that we understand that it starts within, heaven is within, and that we know that love is the answer, and that is unconditional love, then the next thing is we have to stand together. United we stand. We stand together as a community of people looking to elevate love at the center of all things, and relationships and communication as the foundation. Because as a community, we have a sense of belonging, being a part of something bigger than ourselves. It's our strength. It provides, wisdom. When we hear stories and proverbs, we always think about the ancient wisdom or the wisdom of the elders. That's because they've stood through the test of time, and they've stood together, worked through problems, and they understand that in community and standing together, there is a wisdom there. There's a knowledge there that keeps us moving. In the Bible, in 1 John chapter 3, the first verse, I think there's the verse that first verse kind of encapsulate this idea for me. It says, behold, what manner of love the Father has bestowed upon us, that we should be called children of God. What manner of love? What manner that has allowed us to experience this vast world, all of the ups and downs and the beauties and everything has been given to us by God as his children to live in, to create, to sustain, and to support, which is what we are looking to define and describe and to become a part of in the divine community. And there's one other thing of just standing together that's highlighted in the Bible in Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9 through 12. It's beautiful. It says, two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up his fellow man. But woe to him who is alone when he falls and has not another to lift him up. Again, if two be together, they keep each other safe and warm. But how can one keep themselves safe and warm alone? And though a man might prevail against one who is alone, two will withstand him. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. That speaks to that stand together, stronger together. We can do more together. And that's what the community provides us. It protects the weak. It keeps everybody in check. It helps us move together graciously and gloriously so that we begin to realize the importance of every single person in the group. We stand together, united. And I like to share this verse here. This saying from Brene Brown. A deep sense of love and belonging is a need of all people, from our biological essence, from our cognitive essence, from every aspect of us. We are spiritually wired to love, to be loved, and to belong. We're spiritually wired. Everything about us wants to be in community. Everything about us wants to be loved and recognized. And that's what the divine community does. It allows us to realize that it first has to begin within, and then it will spread out to the community. And that it is based on love. Love is the answer. And that when we can know inside that we are children of God and that we are based in love, we can stand united together and create a family that is beyond anything we can imagine. Anything we can imagine. And so in closing, I'd like to share this quote by Ernest Holmes that says, compassion and caring are the ties that bind us together in mutual understanding and in the unified attempt to uncover the divinity in each of us. To discover the divinity in each of us. And that's what the divine community does. It allows each of us to blossom and behold the greatness that is in. And so as we begin to move forward in this fall season, in this new month of October, let us ignite the community, the divine community. Let's deepen our connection with each other. Let's speak to each other in a way that is encouraging, with God at the heart of all that we do. Let's extend ourselves and work for justice and peace and compassion in the world. A divine community that is established on the rock of love that knows no bounds. It's open, it's wide, it's expansive, and it's everlasting, in that it uplifts the human soul and the human heart. And so with that, I'd like to just say thank you for being here. And as always, I have to end with a call to action. And this is a good one, I think. So this week, the call to action is to take out your phone book, take out your address book, go through it and find 3 people you have not talked to in a while for whatever reason, because you're mad, you just forgot. Give them a call, reconnect, reestablish that community. And then ponder for the rest of the week, what role can you play in helping the community? What role can you play in helping the community to be a better place, to be a more loving place? And when we begin to do that, reconnect and see how we can help, the divine community will appear from our hearts within to our space without. And so as we look at the affirmation for this week, to anchor this, we look at it and we say, I am presence. I am a presence of divine love wherever I am. Wherever I am. And so with that, let's just go within and pray. So, Heavenly Mother, Father God, that divine essence that is present in all things, that is all things and knows all things, that allows each and every one of us to be exactly as we were created, because we are children of the Most High God, and that we are here on divine purpose with the divine mission. And together we make a community that is strong, that is supportive, that is loving. And because the Spirit of God is moving in all things at all times, whether it's person, place, thing, or situation, we know that each of us has a part to play. Each of us can be a healing effect in the world. Because at the core, love is all there is. Love for our fellow man, love for our planet, love for peace, love for situations where people are able to work through differences and understand that life is prime. And so I know right here, right now, that each and everyone on this prayer call and everyone that may listen later will be uplifted with the spirit of joy, with the spirit of love, with the spirit of caring that will allow us to heal broken relationships, that will uplift wounded hearts and allow us to build a community that is strong and supportive and loving for now and evermore. And so I give thanks for this opportunity to be a part of an effort to create a world that works for everyone, to be a part of an effort that allows the magnificence of each and every one of us to shine bright, knowing that that is God's intention for each and every one of us, and we accept it wholly and boldly. And so with that, I just released this prayer into the divine mind of God, knowing that God has already heard these words and these feelings and aspirations of the divine community and each person in it. So we just release it, we let it go, and we know that it is so, and so it is. Amen, amen, and amen. And so I just trust that as we continue this week and we move forward, building this divine community, that we do so with an open heart and a grateful smile on our face. And so now is that time of sacred giving, where we want to thank you for all of the time and effort and finances, support that you've given us during this time. We are so grateful and blessed for everyone that supports CSL Denver, whether it's in time, talent, or treasure, and especially during these times of change. So whether this is your first time with us or you're a regular attendant, thank you for being with us. And so we want to let you know that right now, running across the bottom of your screen, there are the many different ways that you are able to give and support. You can go to our website and hit the donate button. You can text. You can send checks or money orders to the P.O. box that's running, or you can use your text on your phone. But however you give, we appreciate it. And so as you take that tithe and hold it in your hand and put it over heart, or if you just put your hand over your heart and repeat our affirmation. This perfect gift is spirit informed, circulating and blessing all that it touches. Freely I give and joyously I receive, and so it is. Thank you very much. Have a blessed day.
Thank you, Reverend Elzia. Wonderful talk. So for some after service announcements, just know that here at CSL Denver, we want you to know that we are here for you to celebrate or hold space for you. Please know that our practitioners are available for prayer work with you. We would love to pray with you for celebrations or challenges. Our names and phone numbers are on our website at www.csldenver.org. Or if you have a prayer request, please email it to info@csldenver.org. And as we mentioned at the beginning of the service, we are having our usual virtual fellowship on Zoom this morning. We would love for you to come join us at fellowship and let us know how you're doing. So if you didn't receive the Zoom invitation earlier this morning, please send an email to info@csldenver.org and mention fellowship, and we'll send you a Zoom invitation right away. And I know we keep saying it, and we hope that our building opens up soon. So we are hoping that when we get back together, we will be able to see each other and hug and catch up and all that. But in the meantime, we're planning some classes and events. So if you're not on our mailing list, please send an email to info@csldenver.org and ask to be put on our mailing list. We promise to only send one email a week, letting you know what's going on. And know that over at New Thought Media Network, they have a lot of other programs by different practitioners and ministers that are help, keeping us spiritually uplifted. So check them out on Facebook and YouTube. Meanwhile, we hope you have a wonderful week and affirm right here and right now that 2021 is blessed and perfect in all that it is. We love you and miss you. Please take care of yourselves. So let's close out with more music from Freddy Rodriguez Jr.
You got to walk the talk, mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk, mindful action. Plant them seeds, help them grow. Brother, what you need, maybe you should walk that talk, walk that talk, mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk, mindful action. 'Cause within your soul, you got to go. Talk about one God, absolute pure love, yeah. You got to walk that talk. Woo. You got to think good things and walk that talk, mindful action. Say what you mean. The truth will set you free. Mindful action. You got to think good things and walk that talk. Mindful action, planting seeds. You got to walk that talk. Mindful action, you got to think seeds. Woo. Help them grow. Sister, what you need, you should talk about one God. Yeah. Absolute pure love. Plant them seeds. But you gotta walk that talk. You gotta walk that talk. Talk. Walk the talk. Mindful action. Hey!
New Thought Media Network is on the rise. We're looking to grow with you. Do you have technical media experience? Or perhaps a desire to learn? Are you willing to volunteer your precious time and attention? We share this message to benefit all. If you possess a computer with a camera and a microphone, we will share our knowledge with you. Behind the scenes or being the star, let us bless our one. Contact us at info@ntmedia.org.